An Eastern Washington child considered missing for weeks is now safe, where law enforcement finally tracked her down, and what comes next in this case.
And the heat won't stop the music tonight. We are highlighting a big local event, putting the spotlight on young musicians and the safety precautions they're taking. Stacy?
And our excessive heat continues. Heat wave underway, heightened fire danger, and air quality all a concern tonight. All the details in my First Alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
And a very good Monday evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Alyssa Warner. And first up tonight, hundreds of Kennewick Irrigation District customers had no water as the temperatures went up this weekend. Yeah, you know, it's not due to the reason many of us would think. It's not the mandatory schedule, and only Apple Valley News Now has what happened. Over the weekend, hundreds of KID customers experienced this when turning on their sprinklers or hoses.
Think of it in terms of you know, writing with a pencil. We've all done that. You might be writing an essay, writing down some notes. You make a mistake. Well, in this case, when a mistake occurs, you're not allowed to rectify it, or you can't rectify it for up to 60 hours.
Due to drought conditions worsening in our area, KID is utilizing a mandatory schedule this summer. That started on Sunday, July 7th. The district still anticipates this schedule to run at least through the month of July. But on Monday morning, hundreds of calls started coming into the KID dispatch center about something entirely different.
Going into Friday and certainly into Saturday, the river itself was lowering, as well as then KID's supply. But the summary is that the Bureau of Reclamation, who both operates the system and supplies our water, there was a system issue, and that system issue resulted in basically a hole in the system, and that entire hole in the system, so the lack of water, landed on KID's doorstep.
Due to the inadvertent action by the Bureau of Reclamation, some customers still have no water, and that could be the story for the next 48 to 72 hours from now. So it's not a terrorist attack.
It is decidedly not an attack by anyone, anything.
The hole introduced into the KID supply was approximately 35 cubic feet per second, which is a flow rate. It is the equivalent of approximately 16,000 gallons per minute. At this flow rate, it would take roughly 90 seconds to fill the average size backyard pool. For total volume, the district could express this as approximately 70 acre-feet per day, which is roughly 23 million gallons.
It's the culmination of July 4th weekend, long weekend, extremely hot temperatures. My apologies, I probably brought the heat from Arizona with me. And we're on a mandatory schedule, and all of a sudden, it seems like my system's not operating. Now, of the phone calls we got, about 50% of those, if you take a look at the region, wasn't a result of lack of pressure or necessarily lack of water in the system. It was probably clogged with vegetation and a few other things. There were a few, however, we had exhausted some of our in-stream storage, and so they were affected by this little bit of a hole. But again, we expect that to be resolved in the next 48 to 72 hours.
By the way, in 2015, the mandatory watering schedule lasted about 2.5 months, or practically the entire summer. So KID says conservation efforts do make a difference. Kennewick fire crews battled the second fire along Columbia Park Trail less than a week of each other. That's according to officials. Fire crews responded here to the call for help around 2 p.m. in the Columbia Park right near the campgrounds, the abandoned campgrounds. Police do tell us that fire crews have extra help right now because of the high fire danger the area is seeing over the next couple of days. The fire was under control within an hour and only damaged a small portion of the land. Firefighters don't know a cause just yet.
All right, well, we are seeing lots of heat, lots of fire danger in the week ahead.
Yeah, let's check in with Stacy now. You're busy today.
I'm busy, and we're going to start out in fire mode. We've got fire weather watches all through the Columbia Basin, Connell, Hanford, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, pretty much everybody, or red flag warnings. We're looking for winds to start picking up here in the next 48 hours. That will heighten and elevate our fire danger. We're also starting to see air quality issues. We've got some fires burning in central Oregon near Redmond. That's bringing some smoke up into the Hermiston area tonight. Unhealthy air quality there. We also have a fire burning near Lake Chelan, also going to bring some smoke and haze into our area. And you can kind of see that on our tower cam tonight, looking into Howard Amos Bowman Park. So 103 degrees right now. Our feels like is 100. Winds are light at 5. Our sunset tonight at 8:49. Overnight lows not going to cool off very much at all. Very briefly down to 69 degrees. So clear and warm tonight. 109. We could be breaking some records in the area. Plus that excessive heat warning continues through Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Very dangerous heat for the next couple of days to go. Clear and warm, smoke and haze in the area. Record-breaking heat tomorrow, and fire danger remains high. Lots to talk about tonight. And my first alert full weather forecast. Austin, Alyssa.
All right, let's take a quick break from discussing the weather and to good news now. Today is a musical experience at Kennewick High School's Lamson Stadium. Drums Along the Columbia is happening tonight. Gates are open right now for the performances that start right at 8 o'clock.
And before all of that, the Columbians Drum and Bugle Corps are hosting the first ever Columbians Experience. Riley Fitzgerald takes us to the field to tell us what that means.
7th through 12th graders were invited to participate in the inaugural Columbians Experience, where local students learn what it's like to be part of the Drum and Bugle Corps today at Lamson Stadium in Kennewick. They did get to experience those practices and learn from the Columbians, but due to the extreme temperatures, they won't be taking the field tonight.
Just because of the heat. So for the age group of the kids, I think this is something that our staff has had to kind of adapt and adjust. That was our original plan, but the start of our show tonight's going to be pretty warm, and so we don't necessarily want to put 7th graders through that experience.
For the Columbians Drum and Bugle Corps, the members were supposed to be practicing out at Lamson Stadium all day, but that changed when record-breaking temps came through on the forecast.
And so we typically as instructors will get together and flip around our schedules so that we go outside first thing in the morning when it's nice and cool, come back inside, do the things that we can do inside, and then return outside once the sun has gone down.
Heather Hill with the Benton Franklin Health District says heat exhaustion can turn into heat stroke in minutes in these conditions.
It really means keeping an eye out for each other. You personally may not notice that you're struggling, but somebody you're with might.
The biggest advice in weather like this, water, water, water. And the team is on it, ready to stay cool when outperforming in typical Tri-Cities summer heat.
Drink lots of water. that's the big one is drinking lots of water all the time, and we have Gatorade stations normally as well, and people have different items such as cooling towels, or we take shade breaks and things like that throughout the day to make sure that people are prepared to keep going throughout the day.
The welcome for the official Drums Along the Columbia show starts at 8 o'clock tonight. Reporting in Kennewick, Riley Fitzgerald, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Riley. And while we're dealing with this extreme heat, you may be tempted to turn up the AC, but that puts additional strain on the power grid. Big Bend Electric Cooperative says they've already been told that parts of Eltopia might lose power access this week if BPA can't keep up with the demand. So one way that you can help, don't use your appliances like your clothes dryers and your dishwashers during the heat of the day. It won't just keep your home cooler and potentially help keep your bill from skyrocketing. It will also help balance the electricity demand on the entire grid.
All right, other news on this Monday, we have a follow-up. The Benton County Sheriff's Office has released more information about a crash on the 4th of July that killed a deputy prosecutor, his wife, and 2 of their 3 children. The Sheriff's Office says it appears the deputy prosecutor, Bradley Bartlett, did not stop at the intersection of Travis Road and Sellers Road. A man driving west on Sellers was also involved in the crash. The Sheriff's Office says it does not appear that either driver was under the influence, and it does appear that everybody was wearing their seatbelts. The second driver and the deputy prosecutor's young son were the only ones to survive the crash. Both are now out of the hospital.
And an update tonight, a missing 2-year-old girl from Pullman has been found safe in Mexico, more than a month after her father, Aaron Ong, failed to return her to her mother on June 3rd. Ong is now being held in Arizona. He's waiting for extradition back to Whitman County on a warrant for custodial interference. A few days before Ong and his daughter went missing, so did his fiancée, Nadia Cole. She disappeared from SeaTac Airport May 29th. She was also found with them in Mexico and deported back to the United States. All 3 were detained about an hour-and-a-half drive south of the border at a roadhouse checkpoint over the weekend. That 2-year-old is now in the care of Arizona Child Protective Services. Detectives are working to reunite her with her mother. Tonight we're talking about extreme heat, those triple digits already here. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, taking a live look outside, we are seeing a haze move in as well. Our Stacy Lee tracking wildfire smoke and wildfire risk. That's coming up in her first alert forecast.
Plus, Boeing reportedly agreeing to a plea deal related to the deadly 737 MAX crashes. We're talking about that when we come right back.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Okay, ideas. Where are we going?
I got one.
What about a comedy show?
I've seen you. I've swiped on you. No.
Oh, I got an idea.
I feel hungry.
Let's go.
Whatever your vibe,
Tacos.
Definitely tacos.
find it in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Get ready for an unforgettable season with the Yakima Valley Pippins baseball team. We're celebrating our 10th season, and we want you to be a part of the excitement. Join us at the Yakima County Stadium for a fun, affordable, and professional baseball experience. From single game tickets to season ticket memberships, group events, and merchandise, we have options to fit everyone's needs. This season only, we're offering special deals to celebrate our 10th season. Don't miss out on Yakima Valley Pippins baseball.
This is Rhonda. She's a soul line dance instructor. And this is Rhonda's Good Feet story.
I love dancing, but I had foot pain and hated the fact that I had to sit out a couple dances. But since visiting the Good Feet store and wearing the arch supports, I definitely have not felt the pain. I am able to dance longer, feel happier. My energy levels have increased. Once that energy gets into you and you're feeling good, double spins.
Get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
No one expects to get in a car wreck, but that's exactly what happened last summer. The drunk driver crossed over the center line, crashing into us and causing life-threatening injuries. It was difficult to focus on healing while facing overwhelming medical bills and lost wages. How will our bills get paid? When can I go back to work? So much was running through my head. Abeta Nelson's team did the work to make sure we didn't have to worry.
Abeta Nelson, we focus on you, you focus on healing.
Next ET, Nick Cannon and BTAC Sun turns 2, our exclusive Inside Legendary's birthday bash. Plus, we're kicking off a week with TV greats. Susan Lucci on a soap opera return.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7.
Stop thinking, let things happen, and be the ball. Better yet, see the ball with K2 Vision RLE. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts. Take off over a fun park. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back to the news at 6. The Justice Department says Boeing has agreed to a plea deal related to the deadly 737 MAX crashes in both 2018 and 2019. The company has agreed to plead guilty to one charge of conspiracy to defraud the United States and pay up to $487 million in fines, plus operate under an independent monitor for the next 3 years. Boeing is accused of tricking the regulators who approved the 737 MAX and the training required to fly it. A judge will still have to approve the plea deal, which will not automatically block Boeing from future government contracts. Safety concerns about Boeing planes just are not stopping people from taking to the skies. The TSA says it has set a new daily record this on Sunday as more than 3 million people passed through airport security for the first time ever. Now, if you look at the numbers for the whole country, TSA was screening around 35 passengers per second. So far, 8 of the TSA's top 10 busiest days in history have happened this year alone.
Well, as more and more people are being prescribed weight loss drugs, new research indicates that Ozempic might not be your most effective option. So there are 2 main types of weight loss drug, the kind used in Ozempic and Wegovy, and a different drug that's marketed as Mounjaro. The researchers say health records for around 18,000 people show the ones who took Mounjaro lost more weight more consistently than those taking Ozempic. Now, the company that makes Ozempic does say that the research is flawed because they say it looked at the doses for type 2 diabetes treatment, not the dose used when losing weight is the goal. And making a difference tonight, Johns Hopkins University will be able to offer free tuition to most medical school students starting this fall. That is thanks to a $1 billion donation from former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg's Bloomberg Philanthropies. It is part of a growing trend of offering free tuition to medical students thanks to large donations, as many communities are struggling to find enough doctors and nurses.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we're going to start out with our dust level sky cam tonight. If you look off in the distance, we're starting to see that smoke and haze move in, and unfortunately it's going to be sticking around, it looks like, for a couple of days. Right now 103 degrees, winds are light at 5, our feels like temp is 100, and our sunset at 8:49. It is impacting our air quality. We're moderate all through the area. All the bright yellow is moderate. Unhealthy, we're starting to see unhealthy air to sensitive folks in the Hermiston, Pendleton area, and those are from some of the fires burning to the south central Oregon area. Fire weather warnings, watches, red flag warnings all through the area for the next couple of days through Wednesday night. As we're going to start to see an increase in winds, we've got very low humidity, hot and dry. Any fires that start could spread rapidly. It's a good time to get your evacuation kit together now. Be familiar with your evacuation plan. Avoid parking vehicles on dry vegetation, and don't throw those cigarettes out the window. Let's take a look at our smoke map. This is futurecasting. Go in advance up to 24 hours, and we're seeing a lot of the smoke at least moving into the Columbia Basin area from other fires, especially the one burning in near Lake Chelan area. But we're going to see widespread smoke and haze at least through tomorrow and maybe going forward. Over 9,000 acres burning in the Lake Chelan area, only 14% contained, and that's burning some pretty dry fuels there. Excessive heat warning also in place. That's going to be till 10 o'clock on Wednesday, with this dangerous heat gripping our region and not going to be letting up anytime soon. Now, we will get a tiny cool down on Wednesday, Thursday, but until then, we're going to be very, very hot. Overnight lows are not cooling enough to give recovery. In fact, tonight's low in Yakima, 70 degrees, not very cool at all. 60s elsewhere around the area. Pendleton, the coolest spot tonight at 61 degrees. For tomorrow, it's going to be a hot one. We're talking shattering records through the area. 110, 111, everybody close to that 110 degree mark through the region. And again, we're going to see some definite records being broken for tomorrow. Planning your day out overall, though, look at that. We're going to be 80 degrees out the door at 8 o'clock. When I say get things done early, you're going to have to get up really early tomorrow to avoid that heat. By lunchtime, we'll see temperatures right there at the triple-digit mark, and then in that record-breaking territory by the early evening. So very, very hot day for tomorrow. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. We're on alert days all the way through. Now, we do have a little brief cool down, as you can see here in the Yakima area, Thursday and Friday, but we stay hot in the Columbia Basin, and then those temperatures pick right back up into the weekend. A little bit cooler on Monday for Yakima. Here's what it looks like in Hermiston and Walla Walla. Very, very hot there as well. We could see some records being broke tomorrow in the Hermiston area, getting close to record breaking in the Walla Walla area. And then that brief cool down, still triple digits, but then we climb right back up heading into the weekend with the next possibility for a cool down early next week. So overall, we've got several days in a row in the triple digit territory, very dangerous heat, sweltering hot. On top of that, we're going to have some smoke and haze to deal with for the next couple of days. Austin?
Yeah, thanks for explaining that. My mom woke up this morning and she's like, why am I coughing so much? All right, Stacey. Hey, we are starting to hear warnings of another summer COVID surge. Still ahead tonight, we'll check in with local health experts talking about what you need to know to stay healthy.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So
here. From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $500 off your tub or shower remodel.
Drugs like Ozempic. So many people are using them or want to use them. If you're on these drugs, what should you eat to get the protein you need? How can they help with your heart health? And what's the best plan after hitting your goal weight? This week, GMA with the science behind it all for you.
And now a joke from Yolk's Fresh Market.
What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. We're unique and we're here for all life's occasions all year long. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick is still open, and we're having a sale. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got you covered. We offer a variety of buildings and sheds that come with a 5-year limited warranty, free delivery, and setup. Whether you're ready to custom create your space or just need extra storage, we're here to help every step of the way. All in-stock buildings can be delivered within 7 to 10 days and custom builds in 3 to 4 weeks. So what are you waiting for? Find your perfect building or shed today with Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds in West Richland.
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Welcome back. Federal health authorities warn COVID has been on the uptick nationwide. We spoke with the clinic services supervisor at Benton County Health District, says it hasn't hit the Tri-Cities just yet.
Here locally, we haven't seen a major surge, so levels have continued to maintain low, but we are closely monitoring to see if there's any changes. One of the best things you can do to be preventative is to have good hand washing technique, maintaining a good distance between individuals, masking when appropriate, when you're having respiratory symptoms like cough, fever, sore throat.
Now, you probably remember this, at least 20 seconds for the hand washing. Don't forget to be very thorough with that. And he says the dreaded warning of not touching your face can keep the virus from getting into your body. He also wanted to remind everyone about getting vaccinations up to date for the coming school year.
A lot of students right now are getting letters sent home from the school districts about what vaccines they need to be caught up with. And with the amount of appointment availability here being kind of sparse, it's kind of difficult to get a doctor's appointment right now. It's important to get on the schedule with your local provider or at a community clinic so that you can get those vaccines well in advance and not have any holdups with the upcoming school year.
And again, he recommends that you get yours scheduled as soon as possible. Now, it doesn't feel much like the school year. Temperatures in our region this week could break at least one record that stood for more than a century. We're talking about that coming up in your First Alert forecast ahead on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.
Take off over a fun park. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
When it comes to your business, off is not an option. Off means time and money lost. To move forward and grow, you need to be on time, on budget, so you can come out on top. Batteries Plus has the national scale to fulfill all your battery and power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business. Visit one of our 700 plus stores today.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
These are real people seeking solutions to real problems.
I have plantar fasciitis.
Pain with my feet, my knees.
Feet, knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports.
I definitely feel the heel-to-toe walk.
I'm not feeling any pain, especially in my heel. That's where I always feel it.
I don't feel the knee pain.
I didn't notice any pain in my back.
I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Oh, you're a blessing in disguise.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Oh my gosh, wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms. Take action with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95 plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
If you're hurt at work, your life can go into a downward spiral.
You're injured. You can't work. Your bills are piling up.
But winning workers' comp benefits isn't easy.
You're the underdog.
We'll fight labor and industries to get you the workers' compensation benefits you deserve.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we'll have all of your top stories and updates. Plus, it's going to be a hot week. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have how high the temperatures will be and how best to prepare for it. We hope to see you here Tuesday morning from 5 to 7.
Apple Valley News Now, recently honored by the Society of Professional Journalists with first place awards for general excellence, breaking news, health reporting, and video series. We all like awards, but our mission is to serve you with news that gets results. We are Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Whitman Hill Winery is proud to support Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown.
64 restaurants, 4 regions, 1 champion. Get ready to make your voice heard in the Restaurant Showdown, coming soon from STCU, Les Schwab Tires, and Whitman Hill Winery.
All right, we've been talking about the heat. Make no mistake, it is going to be dangerously hot here in our area, but somehow still cooler than Death Valley.
Oh yeah, Death Valley reached or exceeded 125 degrees every day now since July 4th. Believe it or not, people are actually making special trips to experience one of the hottest places, not just in America, but on Earth. Park rangers say they don't recommend it.
Death Valley, it is a dry heat, but that dry heat is pretty intense. So when you step out of your vehicle, it's like stepping your entire body out into an oven. So you start to feel it on your skin, in your eyes. They start to dry, start to almost hurt a little bit over time. It is quite the experience, and so that's why we really recommend that visitors minimize their exposure.
Do you know how many people warned me about coming here this weekend? But to say that it's a record high, that's cool. That's one for the books.
That's literally the opposite of cool.
Right? Like, oh my goodness. I know that I have family in Fresno, and it hit around 116, 117 yesterday, and their AC went out.
That is not good. Yeah. And that's at the point where it doesn't matter if it's a dry heat or a humid heat. I've done both. It's just miserable.
It's just miserable. So, all right, well, if you want to go to Death Valley, there you go.
Well, take a popsicle. Fortunately, temperatures here not quite at Death Valley level. It is going to be potentially record-breaking heat for the area. Stacey is talking about that next. Also tonight at 6:32, juvenile rehab centers in Washington say they are so overwhelmed
that they can't accept more people. We'll explain what this means for teens convicted of crimes.
And pressure is growing for President Biden to drop out of the race. His message to voters and to other politicians as the news at 6:30 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for staying with us. Let's talk weather again. Not quite Death Valley temperatures, but hey, it's pretty close.
It's triple digits already. Stacey, you've been telling us that's going to be sticking around for a while.
It is. Unfortunately, it started, and we're going to see triple digits all through the week. Right now, 103 degrees on our dust level sky cam. Our winds are light at 5. Our feels like temp is 100. Look at that humidity. We're in the teens, 18%. Very, very low humidity. Add to that some smoke and haze starting to develop and move into our area, and it is impacting our air quality this evening. We're at moderate, all the parts in yellow. Green is good, yellow's moderate, orange is when you start getting into the unhealthy zone, and we're seeing some of that smoke moving up from the fires burning around central Oregon into the Hermiston and Pendleton area, and we're going to be dealing with that for a couple of days. Fire weather warnings all throughout the Pacific Northwest. Bright red says we're on a watch. Tomorrow that will turn into a red flag warning as we're going to see winds start to pick up, that humidity remaining low, plus very, very dry. 69 for our low tonight. Winds are light and variable. We don't get a lot of relief overnight. Check it out tomorrow, 109 degrees, hottest day of the week. Winds coming from the northeast at 5 miles per hour. That excessive heat warning, that stays in play through 10 o'clock Wednesday night. So let's recap. Clear and warm tonight. Look out for that smoke and haze. That's going to start moving into the area. Record-breaking temperatures for tomorrow. And of course, fire danger remains high. I've got a lot to break down coming up in my first alert weather forecast. Austin, Alyssa.
All right, Stacey, yeah, we'll be monitoring that all week. And, we're not the only ones dealing with a heat wave and fire danger.
Yeah, this is actually impacting the entire West Coast. ABC's Zorin Shah has more.
Thousands are evacuating their homes as over 20 wildfires gain ground across the West. In Santa Barbara County, the Lake Fire burning through more than 20,000 acres, threatening many homes, including Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. That fire only at 8% containment. One firefighter there now injured. Arcana Whitworth is there.
You can see this fire has burned up this hill here. It's torching everything in its path, and those flames back there are several feet high.
And the Pay Fire in El Dorado County burning dangerously close to the Placerville Airport. The conditions worsened by extreme heat throughout the region, taking the life of one parkgoer in Death Valley, where temperatures hit 129 degrees. Redding, California, breaking their all-time temperature on Saturday, hitting 119 degrees, breaking their record of 118 from just the day before.
It's worse than an oven. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like an oven. It's like walking in the oven. Or you open the oven after 350. Yeah. It's in the face.
Over 140 million people across the country impacted by some form of heat alerts. Meanwhile, there's an all-time record-breaking heat of 120 degrees in Las Vegas. They're expected to stay around there until Friday, and officials there are bracing for illnesses related to heat and possibly an uptick in hospital trips. These temperatures certainly life-threatening. Zorin Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And life-threatening is not an exaggeration. At least 4 deaths in the Portland area over the weekend are suspected of being heat-related, in addition to deaths in Arizona and California last week. And here in our area, as we've been telling you, the heat is going to be a concern for the next several days. When temperatures get into the triple digits, as they are right now, it's really important to give your body a break, even if it's just for a couple of hours. We have a list of cooling centers that are available across the region on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. You can also dial 211 to get connected with services, including some of those places to take a break and cool down.
Police in a Seattle suburb say a 45-year-old man died after being hit by a mortar-style firework as people were celebrating the 4th of July. Police in Redmond say they got a call about 2:30 Friday morning regarding a 45-year-old man who had been hit in the back of the head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. All fireworks are illegal in Redmond, but police say a group had gathered to light them off in a parking lot. Redmond police told the ABC news station in Seattle it appears that the man's death was an accident.
Pyrotechnics at the Gorge are blamed for starting a brush fire on Saturday night. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says the fire started during the Odessa show on Saturday. Staff at the gorge were able to get the fire out before it caused too much damage, but the sheriff's office says the rest of the concert had to be canceled. It was the last show of ODESA's The Last Goodbye tour. They posted this picture on social media this morning saying, "We truly wish we could have played our encore for you, but safety is always our #1 priority," adding, "We are so appreciative to our fans for understanding protocol and understanding that everyone's collective safety comes first." The state is shutting down intake at 2 juvenile rehab facilities on the west side because officials say overcrowding has now become a safety concern.
Yeah, the Washington Department of Children, Youth, and Families says that Echo Glen, which is in Snoqualmie, and Green Hill in Chehalis, won't be accepting any more teens for the time being. The state says they won't be releasing any of the teens being held at these centers, but kids who are convicted of crimes and sentenced will have to go into county jails instead of these specialized juvenile facilities until they get some space opened up. Well, making national and political headlines tonight, Congress is back. They're back from the holiday break, and some Democratic lawmakers are putting pressure on President Biden to drop out of the 2024 race.
But the president says he's committed to staying in. MJ Lee explains.
Tonight, a defiant President Biden going on offense.
We're not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere.
The president increasingly under siege after his disastrous debate performance last month, calling in live to MSNBC amid the furious speculation and criticism about his age and fitness for office.
I wouldn't be running if I didn't absolutely believe that I am the best candidate to beat Donald Trump in 2024. We had a Democratic nominating process where the voters spoke clearly.
Biden asked about one particular statement he made last week that alarmed and angered many Democrats.
And if you stay in and Trump is elected and everything you're warning about comes to pass, how will you feel in January?
I feel as long as I gave it my all and I did the good job as I know I can do. That's what this is about.
The president playing cleanup, making clear losing is not an option.
What would you say to those who are concerned by that answer?
It's not an option, and I've not lost. I haven't lost. I beat him last time. I'll beat him this time.
But new questions tonight about the president's health dogging the White House after the New York Times reported that an expert on Parkinson's disease from Walter Reed had visited the White House 8 times in 8 months. CNN confirming that the neurologist met earlier this year at the White House with the president's physician. The White House refusing to say if that specialist was consulting about the president.
That's a very basic, direct question.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a second.
8 times, or at least once, in regards to the president specifically.
Hold on a second.
Not what you should be able to answer by this point.
Wait, no. No, wait a minute. Ed, please. A little respect here, please. So every year, around the president's physical examination, he sees a neurologist. That's 3 times. Right?
This as the Biden campaign and its top surrogates are trying to calm the nerves of voters, lawmakers, and donors.
For all the talk out there about this race, Joe has made it clear that he's all in.
The president calling into a meeting of donors on Monday, pledging to attack Trump much more aggressively in their next debate. And in a new letter to Democratic lawmakers, Biden refusing to back down, writing that he is firmly committed to staying in this race, to running this race to the end, and to beating Donald Trump.
Now, that was MJ Lee reporting. Now, locally, we've been talking about the heat. It's not just uncomfortable, though. It's also raising our fire risk. Stacey Lee is talking about that in your First Alert forecast.
Also ahead, there are some good ways to cool off around town, and we are highlighting one of them next. This is Apple Valley News Now, live at 6:30.
Take off over a fun park. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
It's a celebration of cab this summer in Walla Walla. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium cabs during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we'll have all of your top stories and updates. Plus, it's going to be a hot week. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have how high the temperatures will be and how best to prepare for it. We hope to see you here Tuesday morning from 5 to 7.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download our app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow, still have 5G here too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Try out our nationwide 5G coverage free for 30 days. Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app today.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is shifting into high gear with the $160,000 Ultimate American Road Trip. Win free play gas cards or cruise your way up to $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. Earn entries every day and multiply them on select Mondays. Then, on July 27th, win a new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was total. What about the vehicle? How am I gonna get to work? How am I gonna continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
Get ready for an unforgettable season with the Yakima Valley Pippins baseball team. We're celebrating our 10th season, and we want you to be a part of the excitement. Join us at the Yakima County Stadium for a fun, affordable, and professional baseball experience. From single game tickets to season ticket memberships, group events, and merchandise, we have options to fit everyone's needs. This season only, we're offering special deals to celebrate our 10th season. Don't miss out on Yakima Valley Pippins baseball.
Next ET, Nick Cannon and BTAC Sun Turns 2, our exclusive Inside Legendary's birthday bash. Plus, we're kicking off a week with TV greats. Susan Lucci on a soap opera return.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7.
It's a celebration of cab this summer in Walla Walla. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium cabs during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Welcome back. The historic storm we've been tracking across the Gulf got stronger once again and made landfall in Texas this morning as Hurricane Beryl.
So it is now downgraded to a tropical storm once again, but that still means extreme wind and significant wind. Let's check in with Michael Yoshida from Houston with the latest.
I looked up and my roof was gone. It just went.
Terrifying moments for Texans living along the coast as Hurricane Beryl slams the state, carving a path inland.
The wind tunnel just went crazy. Stuff started flying off the walls, zinging around the house.
Hurricane-strength wind gusts reaching as high as 94 miles per hour in Freeport and knocking out power to more than 2 million customers in the state, according to poweroutage.us.
The biggest issue is going to be Centerpoint in Texas, New Mexico, assessing how many homes and businesses are without power. And then our favorite people over the coming few days will be the linemen as they get out and bust their butts on getting power back to everyone.
Across the area, fallen trees, a flipped truck, and collapsed roofs. Houston firefighters rescued a man trapped in bed when a tree fell on the house. The storm surge and heavy rainfall flooding several interstates as crews rushed to perform high-water rescues for stranded drivers.
Are you okay, sir? Yeah, I'm okay.
Please, Houstonians, anyone that can hear my voice, shelter in place. Shelter in place. We're in an emergency.
Houston Mayor John Whitmire calling on everyone to stay inside. He says the city is focused on emergency response and preparing for what comes next.
We will do an assessment. We will be opening up centers. The Red Cross is in contact with us.
In Houston, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Back here at home, it is going to be very hot all week here in Southeast Washington and Northeast Oregon. So Richland Parks and Rec is offering a way to cool off on a budget. Admission. How would I say this? I just want to make sure. Prout. Okay, thank you. George Prout Pool. So admission's only going to be $1 per person tomorrow from 3:45 until 5:30. It's all in celebration of National Parks and Recreation Month. Open swim fees usually range from $1.25 to $3.50 per person.
So hot. We were at the splash pad yesterday, but today we wanted to get some deep dive water today.
How are you dealing with the hot weather?
So good. I like it.
He likes it. He likes it.
I currently work at McDonald's just down the street here on Geo Way. And now, since it's summer, when I get done, I just come here. Better to save money, you know? And plus, since it is going to be 110 tomorrow, yeah, better to take an advantage to swim, you know?
All right, to find more local ways to beat the heat this week, just head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
I spent a little time in the pool this weekend as well. Best way to stay cool. All right, let's take a look at our Health First Tower Cam tonight. We're seeing some smoke and haze moving into the area. It's still hot out there, 103 degrees. Our feels like temp is 100. Look at that humidity, very low. It was as low as 10 and 11% earlier today. Our sunset there at 8:49. Let's take a look at air quality. We're seeing issues moving in to the Hermiston area. It's getting unhealthy for sensitive groups there. We're moderate air quality in the Columbia Basin, but we've got fires around our area bringing that smoke right and settling right into the Columbia Basin area. We're going to see that for the next 24 hours or so. We're looking for some breezy winds to start picking up. We've got fire weather watches and red flag warnings, high fire danger all through the area. And like I said, we've got a few wildfires burning right now that's bringing that smoke to our area. It's a good time to get your fire evacuation kit together. Avoid parking hot vehicles on dry vegetation. Collect all those essentials you don't want to lose. Be familiar with your evacuation plan, and please don't throw burning cigarettes out of the car as to be the spark that starts the fire. Let's talk about that smoke. We're going to continue to see it. We have a 24-hour future cast. You see those dark colors. That's the fire up near Chelan. Very poor air quality in and around that Wenatchee and Chelan area. We'll have light, moderate smoke and haze in our region at least for the next 24 hours. And that fire burning up near Chelan, it's called the Pioneer Fire. Over 9,000 acres burning and only 14% contained. So that's going to aid to bringing that smoke into our area. Add to that the excessive heat warning that's in place till 10 o'clock Wednesday night. And just because it expires doesn't mean that the heat gets any less dangerous, because it will continue to be so for the rest of the week. But very, very hot weather all through the Pacific Northwest and, well, essentially all across the western part of the United States. Clear and warm tonight. We don't get a lot of recovery overnight with these temperatures. I mean, we're talking about 4 o'clock in the morning. We might drop down to 64, but it starts climbing by 5 a.m. By 8 a.m. it's getting close to 80 degrees. So very warm overnight lows through the area. And take a look at this. It's going to be a hot one tomorrow. And we're talking about breaking some records in several of our areas. Yesterday, Pendleton broke a record at 104 degrees. Check out 107, probably another record there. Columbia Basin, we're seeing temperatures the 110 plus. So let's talk about those records. 107 would tie the record tomorrow in Yakima, set back in 1995. We're looking at 108, so we should break records there. We stay in those triple digits all the way through Sunday. Tri-Cities, we've got to get up to 106. We are forecasting 110. That will break a record set back in 1905, so nearly a century, over a century of time. And then you continue to see those triple digits right in through Monday. Let's take a look at Walla Walla. Now, Walla Walla, there's 109, still very hot, but we would have to hit 113 to tie the record set back in 1975. And in Hermiston, those triple digits are going to be sweltering hot. I'm watching this temperature here, 104. That was last year breaking the record, but look at the forecast for tomorrow, 111. So very, very hot conditions, dangerous heat through our area. Fire is elevated, fire danger elevated for the next several days. So drink lots of water, try to stay out of that heat. And still to come, I've got your viewer photo of the day. Austin, Alyssa.
Thanks, Stacey. We'll be right back with more news after this.
It's a celebration of cab this summer in Walla Walla. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium cabs during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pie gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our 4th of July celebration and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock get-it-today inventory in our region. Make cleanup a breeze with a brand new Bosch dishwasher. Available in 3 colors, each for just $6.99. These Bosch dishwashers offer quiet operation, advanced water efficiency, and a variety of cycle options to clean your dishes every time perfectly. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
See, you got yourself a new hat.
Yep, had to. Fired up to fire Biden.
Now, well, first we got to deal with that congressman, Newhouse.
That's easy. Not voting Newhouse.
You know, he voted to impeach Trump. I'm not voting for no Newhouse.
How about Jared Sessler?
Sessler the vegan?
Jared Sessler's a vegan.
He's a vegan and he wants to tax our beef.
There's only one choice.
And there is only one choice, and that's Tiffany Smiley.
Tiffany Smiley it is.
MWSA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This is Rhonda. She's a soul line dance instructor. And this is Rhonda's Good Feet story.
I love dancing, but I had foot pain and hated the fact that I had to sit out a couple dances. But since visiting the Good Feet store and wearing the arch supports, I definitely have not felt the pain. I am able to dance longer, feel happier. My energy levels have increased. Once that energy gets into you and you're feeling good, double spins.
Get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
It's a celebration of cab this summer in Walla Walla. Take part in special tastings of rare library wines, enjoy intimate winemaker dinners, and gain access to premium cabs during the wine panel presentation and tasting. Tickets are on sale now at wallawallawine.com.
Take off over a fun park. Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back. We have seen a lot of political effort to get Americans buying electric cars, but is it working? Jen Sullivan has a look at the numbers.
Fewer people appear to be buying electric vehicles. That's according to a new study by AAA. They recently conducted a survey about EV sales and found only 18% of U.S. adults say they're very likely or likely to buy an EV as their next car.
That's a bit shocking.
Greg Brannon from AAA says he was really surprised by those numbers because more companies are making EVs, giving consumers more options.
We were really expecting that to be kind of a tipping point for it, and that the interest and demand would start to increase. But we've definitely seen the opposite.
According to the survey, the biggest issues for consumers are high purchase price, high cost of battery repair, lack of convenient charging stations, and not being able to install a charging station where they live. When it comes to price, electric cars vary drastically from just under $30,000 to well over $100,000, according to U.S. News & World Report.
The price is definitely a concern for people, but it's not the only concern. There's a lot of challenges around charging and concern about how people use the vehicles.
But if you do choose to buy an electric vehicle, there are tax benefits. You can get a credit of $7,500 if you purchase a new EV or plug-in hybrid, and $4,000 for a used one. Some experts in the EV industry are optimistic the lag in sales will change.
I think you're going to see new sales continue to tick back up. But right now, with interest rates and just the high cost of a new car, it's not surprising to me that people are opting for a used car at a better price point.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
All right, the electric revolution may have to wait.
Yes, the conversation will continue.
All right, we're also talking about your weather photo of the day when we come right back.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and the new location on West Court Street. July 10th is a 7-10 sale from 8 to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. This year is off the charts. Get 50% off glass, free goodie bags for the first 300 people through the door, free tacos from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. only at our Kennewick location. Don't miss the huge savings on the one-day July 10th 7-10 sale at all 6 locations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
Welcome to Beaver Valley Lodge, your rustic lodging and event venue in the beautiful Leavenworth, Washington. Experience the great outdoors and enjoy the beauty of the mountains as you stay with us on our 50 acres in the Cascade Foothills. Whether you're joining us for a wedding, retreat, vacation, or family reunion, we're here to make your stay unforgettable. We make it our goal for you to come as a guest, but leave as a friend. Book your stay today at beavervalleylodge.com.
We've upped the stakes in our summer-long Winning Gone Wild drawings at Legends Casino Hotel with over $80,000 in cash and a 2024 Jeep Gladiator up for grabs. Break free from your backyard weeds and head to Legends Casino Hotel every Thursday in July. Use your Legends Rewards card to pile up entries, and you could be exploring the wilderness in a new Jeep Gladiator on July 25th. When your winning nature calls, go to Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines of unlimited data for just $90. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones!
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. I think this is my favorite. Okay, hon, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,000 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back. We are talking about some very hot temperatures.
Very hot temperatures. You guys get out early, get those things. And when I say early, we're talking like 4 or 5 in the morning at this point. Check this out. Rick was up on Badger this morning right at sunrise, 78 degrees. It was already that warm.
Yeah, the dry heat doesn't help in those situations.
That is hot, but thanks for sharing, Rick. If you want to get your photo on, use that QR code on the right side of your screen or go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. Let's plan your day tomorrow. Like we said, very hot at 8 o'clock, so I don't know how early we got to start getting up, but early, triple digits by noon, way too hot to be outside, and then those record-breaking temperatures a little bit later. Quick peek at our 7-day forecast. It is just hot. What can you say?
Just sticks around.
So
definitely lots of planning involved.
Lots of planning. Stay hydrated and try to stay out of that heat.
All right. Thanks, Stacey. And thank you so much for watching. You can always find the latest on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
We'll see you at 11. Hoping your news is good news.
Good night.